Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's episode of the Gym Owners Podcast. Welcome to the revolution, folks. Today, guys, we're going to touch on something we've talked about a lot before. Supplement sales, how to sell them, whatever. So in the past, we've talked a lot about why you should be offering supplements in your gym, all the opportunities that presents, and the buyer's psychology, the amount of money you're leaving on the table by not doing it, and the fact that you don't have to be slimy to do it. But today, instead of trying to convince you completely, spend the whole episode convincing you why you should sell supplements, today we're just going to teach you how. But first, make sure you go to the Gym Owners Revolution. Join the Facebook group. The link is in our description. Join the group. That's where we have conversations. A group of gym owners that are trying to do things the right way without being slimy and still trying to make a damn good living doing so. So get in there. Links in the description. Follow me, Tyler Stone. That's at Tyler F. and Stone on Instagram. Tyler EFFI Stone. Follow John at
JBanksFL
on Instagram. And you can follow me or the show at the Gym Owners Podcast on Instagram. John, you got quite a bit of a video lag, so I'm going to just power through here. Oh, he's caught up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, supplement sales. So I do want to touch real quick on why you should sell supplements. If I have to spend too much time convincing you, I don't know, fuck off, go somewhere else. I'm not interested in pulling your fucking arm to teach you how to make some money. But the reason you sell supplements, your clients are buying them. They're asking about them. They're doing it all the time. And if you're just saying, no, just go buy meat or no, like it's fine, but they're going to go buy it from some chubby kid at GNC who doesn't lift. So why don't you be like a voice of reason in here? They trust you. They're asking you, point them in the right direction. Find a brand or some products that you like, that you do take. If you don't take them, that's fine. You're probably small. But I think that you should find something that fits ethically. Like that should be your goal anyways, like find many paths for your clients to find success in nutrition. And a lot of people just want to point out real quick, there was a study that was done recently, and it was like 100% of the people that they had studied when they were getting ready for this fat loss study, every single one of them was eating insufficient protein in the beginning before they had come in. All these obese people were still eating not enough protein, meaning at the very least, what's wrong with the fucking protein powder? Don't jump my shit about it, but like, what's really wrong with it? Like, if you can't get somebody to cook more meat in a day and you're trying to get them to adhere to a nutrition plan, like, well, then throwing 1 or 2 fucking scoops into a bottle and shaking it up while they're busy, like, it's not meal replacement. It's not Herbalife. It's just give them convenience. It's not fucking McDonald's, dude. And don't be such a high horse fucking. There's nothing I hate more than like a high horse fucking fitness coach who just sits and goes, just all you got to do is just prep all your meals. And it's like, yeah, great. But you just sit in a fucking gym all day and you're broke. So I don't know what to tell you. This is like both ends of this are your fucking fault and your problem. So it's really frustrating to me when I hear coaches and gym owners like shit on supplement sales. And it's like, yeah, do it right. Don't be a scumbag.
And it's advice coming from people that don't live real life.
Yes.
Like real people that have real jobs and have kids and have no time. It's like, my wife knows that she needs to eat X amount of protein every single day, but she's like, I can't bring myself to eat another 2 pounds of turkey breast for lunch. Like it's so much easier if we could have something like tastes good. So it's like there's so many factors that you can get. Yeah.
Well, and same thing, like so you can address this fundamentally from a convenience standpoint. I take a green supplement, I take fish oil stuff, I take all sorts of shit. But I take a lot of those because it's more convenient for me. I'm not going to eat a bunch of fucking leafy greens. I'm sorry. Maybe I should. And maybe it'd be better if I did, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to take the green supplement to get through because it's easy. I don't feel full all day. Like I don't feel like I'm bogged down. I can still have good energy levels. So that's just stop being get off your high horse about it first off. And by the way, if you just are full of on against it, just tune out. Go to the next thing. I'll tell other people how to make money. You can tune out. So let's get into the how, though. How you can start selling supplements in your gym if you're not. And John, the first thing that we start with, we have 5 steps to finally start making money selling supplements in your gym. The first step is what supplements, right? That's the big one. What is it? Not just what fundamentally, what products, what macronutrients, whatever you're going to take, but what brand are you going to carry? What brand are you going to create a partnership with? And that, in my opinion, is probably the most important decision, right, John?
Totally. Yeah, and it's not one that you have to make in a vacuum. I think it's one of those things where all of a sudden you have to be like this newfound explorer that's trying to find like the new world. And just fucking ask. I mean, that's why we created like an online resource. It's
Yeah.
ask the people that are in your area that sell or have used supplements or do, are running gyms in other areas of the world that are part of your network. What are they using? And now we kind of start a conversation.
Yeah.
But I hate the idea of like, don't just Google it. You realize how
Yeah,
many
because
there's so much shit out there, man. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, if you just turn to Google, you're going to find, you need some referrals for sure. Now, for me personally, I have some criteria that you recommend that I use when I'm selecting a supplement brand to carry. And so that's what we'll run you through right now. If I'm going to carry in a business supplement brand, here's what it's going to be. The first one is going to be the products itself. Does it have the basic products that I prefer that a supplement carry? Because I don't want to force people to take fucking fat burners and fucking caffeine pills, and I'm just not super into all those products. I don't know, frankly, I just don't know enough about them to like really think that they work that well, and I don't pretend to know everything. So I stick with the basics. Solve your convenience problem, solve some macronutrient and micronutrient deficiencies, and I start there. So does a line of supplements have the things that align with me, which is a protein powder, a good one, a basic chocolate one, at least that's some sort of chocolate product, because I do not like buying 10 pounds of fucking protein and getting some adventurous flavor and then being stuck with 9.5 pounds of something that wasn't as good as I thought it was. Stick to the basics first.
And for me, man, like back in the day when protein powders were way rougher.
Yeah.
Like I remember being like 13 or whatever, and like the football coach, lifting coach is like, no, you gotta fucking eat your protein, man. And so he'd have these big bags of just vanilla protein.
Yeah.
And it was that protein where you had to squeeze your nose in order to be able to take it. And I just remember fucking just dry heaving in front of the gym of being like,
yeah.
So like vanilla protein has forever been
gross.
Ruined.
So for me, that's the main criteria. By the way, I consider that their base product for the most part. Like you can have other flavors and stuff, but the base product has to be decent. I prefer a chocolate because you can't go wrong over the long haul. That's the protein I'm going to have year round. The other thing for me is it needs to be decent dissolved in water, because I don't like having a bunch of milk with my protein. I think dairy, especially in the States, is kind of dog shit. It's hella pasteurized. I have trouble digesting it. Not that I'm lactose intolerant. I just don't fucking enjoy it. It's a pile of extra calories as well, unless that's what you're seeking. So for me, I just go, does it dissolve well in water? Does it taste all right in chocolate? And that's a good start for the protein side. The other side is I go, the other deficiency we talked about is trying to solve the do you eat enough leafy greens question. Ask your clients, are you are you getting in enough greens and vegetables and, overall vitamins? A lot of people aren't. So that's why I do like a greens and berries type superfood product. I do enjoy that. I can put a scoop in there. That's great. If they carry another product that's like an electrolyte powder, that's even better, because that's something that I take daily. Many times a day. But a lot of supplement companies don't carry that, so don't get too hung up on that one. From there, there's the other stuff you can just kind of fill in. I like a pre-workout to be stimulant free for me, as long as if they have a stimulant one, I'm okay with, because people like their caffeine. But I prefer they also have a stimulant free option, because when I teach nutrition ethically, I try to make sure that people mitigate their caffeine consumption and don't be having caffeine at a 6 o'clock workout, because that's the way I teach fitness and nutrition.
I have to call something out on this topic specifically.
Don't call me a pussy for not like a pre-workout, John.
No, not at all. No.
I'm not having it here.
22-year-old John would definitely have called you a pussy for it. And 22-year-old John would call me a pussy as well for it. But the reality is, if you are serving real humans, real people that are going to be able to afford to have their gym membership with you, that means they're probably going to be over 30 years old. Mm-hmm. They're probably going to be between 40 and 60, which means, just playing the averages here, you're going to have people that have high blood pressure. You're going to have people that have other medical issues that they actively they cannot continue to have stimulants. They are on medications that are going to be leaching them of all sorts of shit. So the simpler, the better. Yeah. It cannot be like, no, like what's going to appeal to the kids, or what's going to have appealed to a 19 or 20-year-old? Are they paying your bills? And if they're not, then you have to look at it from what are your community would be the most interested in.
And the truth is, the reason behind this as well is because it starts fundamentally with how I teach nutrition. Is I think sleep is a number one priority, in my opinion. Sleep and recovery, it's top priority to me.
Yeah.
And because of that, I don't want my people, if I'm teaching, coaching them at 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night, coming in just caffeine up. You know what I mean? But I still don't want to lose the opportunities to let them check that box of getting something in to help them with their workout. So a stimulant-free pre-workout still allows me to sell a product to them in the evening without compromising my fucking actual craft, which is trying to help people, right? So that's a criteria that I try to check off for sure. The rest of it, you can piecemeal. They don't always have to get all this stuff through your supplement company, but I like if they also carry a fish oil. I think that's great. I think fish oil, omega supplements are wonderful. Multivitamins are great too. I don't know. The science is kind of all over the place on those. Some people live or die by it, whatever. I take one just because maybe I don't need to, but I don't waste a ton of money on unnecessary supplements. I get most of my stuff pretty cheap. But that's what I use. And so for you, just figure out like what things do my people like ethically could I point my people towards? And then does this company has it? Another criteria for me is their protein powders and all stuff cannot be chock full of sugar. And I prefer a lot of it to be relatively low calorie, low carb, in my opinion. I don't need to supplement carbohydrates. Motherfucker, just go eat something then at that point. That's the one thing. Listen, if you need more carbs, just eat them. That's the thing most people are begging for more of anyways, usually. So that's as far as the supplement side of it. However, one more criteria for figuring out. Go ahead, John.
No, it's the company.
The company itself. Yeah. The method. So before you, so one, that's the supplements, the product itself. The second aspect of selecting the supplement company is, in my opinion, do they have both of these sales options, an affiliate sales option and in-person product where you buy wholesale and have it on your shelf. I prefer you to have both of those options in any company that you choose. Absolutely, 100%. Because if you're broke and you want to start, that affiliate sales option is the best way to, let's say you just got no fucking money. You can't put $2,000 worth of product on the shelf. Maybe you don't want to spend $500 worth of product to sit on there. Listen, just some gyms run tighter than others. If you got the cash, I think putting it on the shelf right away works great. But I also think you should announce via an affiliate sales link if you want people, because they can pre-order themselves. They pay the same price. Most of them should ship free to their house instead of coming to you. It also allows them to reduce subscriptions. It also puts money directly in your bank where you don't have to pay for the fucking material. Like, you're not paying for the product and then getting paid over beyond that. You're not eating a bunch of sales tax on that either. You're just getting an affiliate payout. The other benefit of the affiliate payout link is you can turn that link into QR codes and put that everywhere in your gym. That's a big one. It's convenience. You can also send just that link out to your clients in emails like, hey, we got this stuff, look at these products, and they can just buy on their phone. Because we talked about how you're going to sell. You need to remind people a million times, and you need to take as few steps as possible between them having the product on their way purchased and committed to. Meaning they should just be able to tell you like, hey, I'd like to get this. Perfect. I'll handle it. Just go put it in, write it in, whatever you got to do. Just make it as easy as possible for them to make a commitment to getting something on the way or grabbing something off the shelf. And the affiliate link system supplements an over the shelf sales method really, really effectively.
The foundation of this point, of the importance of the company, really just comes from how easy is it for you to be able to make money, and how easy is it for other people to buy from you? Like, that has to be a core piece that's important, because if you have say a supplement company you've already gone with, are you successfully selling those supplements? In our experience, if you are, then you haven't made it this far. You're not still listening.
Yeah.
But if you do have a company and it's just not cutting it, and why think about why are the reasons why you're just not selling as many supplements as you wish, or why are you not hitting the goals that you have? Obviously, we have 5 points, and this is the very first one of like choosing the company. But the fact is, if you're not selling enough, it could be a fundamental problem where it may not be your sales process. It may not be all the other things that we know are important from all of our experience. It could be that the company you've chosen just makes it too difficult. And trust me, we've heard all sorts of things. Well, where I live, the country doesn't allow this or whatever. Like, the people we've worked with, there's always a creative solution and a creative way to find the right company that will make this process as easy as possible. So it's do you want to make money doing it? Great. then we got to be able to find a company that helps you
Yeah.
do that.
And I guess at this point, I should probably, at the very least, the recommendation that we make to most of our gym owners, it seems to align with most of the gym owners that we worked with, is Driven Nutrition. I think the drivennutrition.net, they do really good at it. So I worked with when I owned my affiliate. That's what the MMA gym that we work with does. A lot of our CrossFit gyms do it. Personal trainers, like my wife, that's what she carries. Because they check all the boxes and they've been pretty easy to work with. Nowadays, with supply chain shit and all this nonsense that goes on, you need a business that's flexible and good at communicating, because anything can change in the next year, 6 months, whatever. And like Tyler and the team at Driven have just proven to be pretty solid to work with. And like I said, I worked with them since 2017 when I had that affiliate and then sold it. So like it's good products that checks all those boxes. So if you're looking for somewhere to start, and if you trust our recommendation, I'd say look into them, look into the products, look into their process. So John, let's move forward from selecting the supps in the company. Let's talk about the bundle.
The bundle go ahead. Yeah.
No, you go for it, John.
Well, I'd say the bundle for me is a big piece to where this is where you now get to be able to infuse your creativity with the product. Because the reality is Tyler, we talked to somebody a few months ago, and we said, what are the supplements that you are using in your business right now? And did he send us a list of like 112 supplements?
Yep.
Like it was
literally it was over 100 products.
We just had to keep scrolling on an Excel spreadsheet. And that cannot be the answer for how you try and introduce supplements to your people. It can't. It cannot be that. And so this is where we introduce this piece where and that's why it's like number 2 is, once you know what your company is, now saying, hey, creatively, what makes sense for the people that are in my gym, for the goals that they want to achieve? We've talked a lot about that over the course of this podcast, like as a whole, many episodes, but it's, what are people trying to achieve? And then how can I support those goals that they have with these products?
And for me, with the bundle, it is really just about defining. It's a very quick way to sort through the bullshit for the clients. So they don't have to think about everything. So one of the packages, I'll either call the basics or the essentials or whatever, but I just cover the things that I think you can't go wrong if you take, right? So I'll have them assemble a bundle for me, the company. Give me a link for it as well so that people can buy it affiliate, or I can sell it off my shelf. But I prefer that to be a protein powder, creatine. Hopefully they have it. If they don't, if a company doesn't carry creatine, it's okay. Just recommend it to your clients still. It's like the most research thing. There's no reason. I didn't mention this before, but like creatine, just fucking take fucking creatine. What the hell? But anyways, protein powder, creatine, a fish oil I prefer, and then the greens, like some sort of green supplement. That's like the basics. That's like just the essentials, the stuff you don't need them, right? And you can always pick one-offs, but that's if they want one-offs, they'll just pick one-offs. So I like to assemble all those things. Like this is the you can't go wrong. This is the fucking undisputed easy shit that all you can take to fill in some gaps. This helps with your habits, your daily routine. This helps you feel satiated. This helps with performance. This just fills in all the gaps. So I start with that one, and then I'll scale up from there. And I can either build beyond that, or I'll go with like a secondary bundle that's an add-on, which is like some super high octane shit. That's like your pre-workouts and your fucking, all the other jazz. But you can assemble this all based on your stuff. If you want like a recovery package, there's one that's great. You can do too. The essentials, you can also do recovery, which is you can have some casein protein and a fucking sleep supplement or melatonin, whatever they carry for whatever needs that you think someone could have on the recovery side. Add that too. You can have an essentials bundle, a recovery bundle, a high octane performance bundle. You can have a his bundle and a hers bundle if you want to, and you can throw them all in together into one super ass kicking bundle if you want to. But that is not about like forcing this onto people. It's just allowing people to assemble packages. You're just pre-assembling. It's a fucking Happy Meal. You know what I mean? There's a reason they put small fry, small drink, and a little sandwich together, because you didn't have a bunch of little kids coming up there going, it's like, no, just fucking Happy Meal. Make it easy on the kids. They know the Happy Meal. It's a cheeseburger. The other stuff, they don't even care, but it just allows them to upsell, because how many kids are going to pick the little fries over something else? So there's value in putting it together. It allows people to see everything in one place. You can put your product images on there then, your cans, your jars, or whatever. So it makes for good, marketing materials to be put together. So
it also very naturally fits into our offer stacking system that we talk a lot about.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite stacks that we've ever built is for the MMA gym that is inside of our Gear Academy because it looks so goddamn good.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I really like about it is what their supplements page is super clean, and it just allows, it's kind of like the best of the best. We're not getting too granular, and it's just like, hey, the same way where you're giving them the opportunity, giving the customer, the client, the opportunity to make a choice. It's so non-threatening. It's so part of the process, and it's just no. This is how these things flow.
Because the psychology of people, a lot of times when they buy supplements, they want to buy supplements. They actually don't want to buy the like fill the one specific need that maybe they need habitually. You know, like sometimes a supplement is the solution to a problem. For the most part, when people want to buy supplements, it's about investing in their nutrition in this process, because they can't fucking give you more money to coach them, or they don't want to, or they're already paying for coaching. They're already paid for the membership, and they got more money they want to stack onto this thing. They want to put something into this fitness, into getting better. It's about commitment for them. So they just think supplements in that way, right? And that's fine. And your job is then to guide them to something ethical. And so these bundles work really, really great to do that, because they just think supplements. I can tell you what, here's the basics. You can't go wrong. Don't go out there and just buy some nonsense that someone who doesn't lift tells you, or just start Googling. Let me help you out. If you want to just invest in supplements, then here's the ones that you can't go wrong. That's a great way to do the bundles. So the next piece is the sales pitch, right? And there's a lot of ways you can go about it. I go, obviously we throw everything at everything all the time when it comes to the ask. Don't overdo it, but people need to know, they need to know often. We mentioned this before. You should feel like you're asking something or telling people something 100 times. And usually by then you're still not saying it often enough. You're still not asking enough. Just like we had that client that sent us the laundry list of 115 or 113 supplements. Well, there's no way that those clients know all of them that are there. They never will know. They'll never be able to sort through it. It's just never going to happen. So at some point, you need to just make an ask about something specific, and then go back and revisit about something specific. And then you can make a general ask, and you can do all this via a lot of different methods, right? I think emailing your existing clients is a great starting point. And I'll say, hey, we got a partnership here. We're doing this thing. Here's how you can buy. I tell you what, if you don't want to buy off the shelf or try it, here's a fucking link. Run with it. You know, you can buy it yourself, get it shipped right to your house, free shipping. Right? That method works great. You need to constantly remind these people there is nothing that is less, what's the word? Sending one email about supplements and then not ever sending it again is just as effective as you not ever sending an email, by the way, just so you know. That's not trying. That's just throwing some shit out there and hoping you scrape something loose. So, John, you got a ton of lag over there.
It's almost worse. I
30
think I'm
seconds.
live with you. I know. You can still hear me all right, though?
Yes, I think so.
So it's almost worse, because if you just send that email, then you think you've done something, and then you think it's not working.
Yeah.
To where then psychologically you're very defeated, and it's like you went into it the wrong way. Could you imagine if the girl that you really wanted to date or really wanted to marry, that you just sent her a text one time?
Saying, what you doing?
That's it.
And then it didn't close the deal. Yeah, that would not work.
Like, fuck it. Then she doesn't like me, and it's not meant to be. It's like when you hear some of those old school stories where like grandpa met grandma. Grandpa was borderline a fucking stalker.
Grandpa's a fucking psycho, dude.
He was following that bitch everywhere.
Yeah, sending her letters. The grandpa tried, dude. Grandpa tried a lot harder than you do. Now, the thing I think you should note with this though, is that it's not like it's no different than anything you do in fitness or in your business, right? If you had a client that came in and on their first day they got a workout in and then they didn't, it's like, well, I don't look jacked yet. I didn't lose any weight today. It's like, well, yeah, that's not how this fucking works, right? That's just not how that works. It takes time. It takes consistency for the results to fucking happen. You're a fitness coach. You are in the fitness business. You should know how this shit works, okay? So if you want to be selling supplements, you don't just get to say supplements and then have them on your shelf behind you and hope that it works. It has to be a system. It needs to be something that you actually try to do. Okay, you have to try. There's plenty of money to be had, and it's very easy money, to be honest with you, but you do have to try. So part of that effort, make the ask. So send emails consistently, build it into your master email sequence, make an ask. There's lots of other ideas we have that we save for our Gear Academy on the specifics of those things and the copy. But that move, right, make the emails is great. On the other side, there's also some in-gym stuff you can do. to one, you're going to send those emails, remind people, of course, that you have products on the shelf. Everyone should also include the opportunity for them to buy right there in hand on their phone via the affiliate link. That's the benefit of that two multifaceted sales strategy. With the products on the shelf, there's all sorts of great shit you can do. You can have one day a week, you can have somebody out there, give them free samples of pre-workout if you want to, or hey, bring your shaker bottle in next week. We'll give you a scoop of protein. You can try it out, see if you like it. There's just great little ways. You should also remind your coaches in every staff meeting every fucking week to be pointing people over to the supplement sign up sheet or to the supps board. If you guys are interested in anything afterwards, you have any questions, grab me about it. If you're looking at making a larger purchase, you can schedule an appointment and we can have a supplement consultation if you like. We can fold that in with your nutrition plan, blah, 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 blah. But you need to apply pressure to every aspect of your business that you're trying to improve. And if you're not applying any pressure, any work, anything towards your supplement sales strategy, that's why your shit just sits on your shelf and the same 5 people buy stuff once a month and nobody else knows that you sell anything. On the other side of this is the offer, the sales process. So that sales process is making it as easy as possible.
Exactly. Like we've beaten this piece to death because the sales process of making a successful sale on the supplement side is how are you successfully selling anything inside of your gym?
Yeah. And it should be, gyms do a thing right. This is the thing I always lean on. This is what we did with supplements for the most part. I like folding in the affiliate option as well, but I like the same way that you sell, hopefully, like your, Kill Cliffs and fucking Fit Aids and the recovery drinks or whatever it is that you sell behind your shelf. Whatever that system is, that should be easy, first off, because those are like $2, $3, $4 purchases, right? Nobody wants to jump through a bunch of hoops to spend $3 fucking dollars. So I hope that that's easy. I hope that's as simple. For the best strategies I've seen has been hold true for a long time. Just a little sign up sheet. These are your members, they're clients. You got their cards on file. You trust them, they trust you, you know who they are. So if they come in and they want to drink out of the thing, they grab one and they write down what it is and what the price is. And then you just have a coach at the end of the day, end of the week, or however you do it, go in and mark that it's been paid when they bill it. They go through and invoice everything.
Can you overcomplicate that, Tyler?
Yes, absolutely. And we've seen it. We've seen it a lot of times. We've seen it. I don't want to poke at anybody, but it's like, we see people like, oh, should I make a Shopify store through this? It's like, no. Holy shit, you're gonna build a whole nother sales structure. You don't want to make a Shopify store if you're selling fucking t-shirts. Like don't bother with any of this stuff. Make a fucking sign-up sheet. These people in 2022, man, people want something tangible these days. Like everything is now digital and smooth. There's no problem with having a sweet little sign-up sheet that I just write down what I want, what the cost is, and sign my name, man. Hey man, yeah, send it to me. And that way, if you have it on the shelf, you hand it right to them and then you bill them later. If you don't have it on the shelf, you can just have a box to say it needs to be ordered at the end of the week. So that sheet is your pre-order. That sheet is how you can basically measure demand. That sheet is how you can manage your inventory. And it's simple, it's manual, it's paper. I get it. It's not super slick, but you have to build a lot of structure. So unless you're already selling a lot of supplements or swimming in cash, which if you're swimming in cash, maybe this is the wrong podcast for you. You already got it figured out.
And also, depending on number one, right, was what company you chose, and why you chose that company is because of some of those pieces that we talked about. One of which was this affiliate agreement. And also the one that we like a lot with Driven is that you have your own store, that own area where people can then make that purchase. You know how smooth and seamless that sales process is you're not fucking involved. Yeah. So as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do on the pitch side and the information side and being as active as possible and reminding people, hey, this is a thing that's there and it's available. Now to purchase, there's tons of tricks of being able to make that purchase as easy as humanly possible.
Yeah. Well, and I think that piece is, I think a lot of people sleep on that, is that like this, we could overcomplicate a lot of things. And the fact is there's a very high likelihood that you have less than 5 employees in your gym, most likely. Less than 5 full-time employees, I'd be willing to bet, if you're listening to this podcast, full-time career people that are working for you in your gym. If you got less than 5, this is probably the spot for you. If you got more than that, you've solved a scale problem. So you're probably doing all right. You don't need us for everything. But I do think if you have that few people, like who are you going to have manage all this stuff? The fact that it's no labor in or very, very little labor in and just easy money out makes this a thing that's easy for a small operation to start. I think that's the way. That's really the way that you got to start looking at this, and that's why I like doing pre-orders. If you can't get this, so here's the process I would roll out. Right, pick your stuff, figure out how you're going to sell it. If you're just going to try to get it moving, right, go all affiliate in the beginning. Cost you $0. Get some sales. Take your first commission check and spend all of that on getting product for your on your shelf. You can then take that stuff, sell it, or use it for samples, right, and then take those samples. Or the people that look like the samples and tell them, let's do a pre-order sheet. And then take everybody will put their pre-order. You can bill them all right away, right? And then make a bulk order. Spend every penny that first pre-order did, including the profit, right? Then from there, you'll have made some, you haven't taken any money out of this yet, but now you've got shelf full of shit, people who've taken your stuff that like it, that will want it next time. And now you've got anything you sell off that shelf. Now you'll be able to make profit of while still continuing to drive the affiliate sales without you having to have any input. So it's just money in, money in, money in, money in. And you've already jumped to having product on the shelf without having to start with a couple $1,000s or however you want to go, $500 or whatever. So that's how you can start selling supplements with no money in. You just get moving and you just got to be comfortable asking. That's super, super, super important. The next step, John, is the follow through.
This is the piece where you got to be able to have data. You have to kind of have metrics, and it cannot just be that somebody buys something from you and then you never talk to them about it again. They never talk to them about it again. Like, I can't see that. I see that happen a lot when you want to be involved and you're like, great, they bought it. And the goal is not to have somebody buy something once. The goal is to have them buy it and want to keep buying it because you already did all that homework up front of, is this the right company? Are these the right products? Mm-hmm. Will this actually help my people? It's not snake oil. Well, then people are going to get value out of it because they're going to have done something with it.
And if you work for if you are handling your own business to social media, or whoever is handling your social media, if your coaches are taking these supplements, if you are, post pictures of it while you take it. Post it. Hey, here's what I'm taking today. This is the product I take. This is like, because your clients, they like you, they trust you, but they do want to see you taking it. Otherwise, they think you're selling it. If you're selling them t-shirts and you don't wear, you don't like that shirt, it's going to be like, well, man, I'm buying this from a guy that doesn't even like this shit. Maybe it sucks, right? So it's important to keep making moves, continue to follow through on it, meaning you need to post about it regularly on your social media or in your gyms, if you have a private Facebook community, group chats, whatever that is. But you need to be about it. Right. You don't need to be like, you don't need to go all Herbalife about the whole thing and just be like, hey, everybody, look, now I'm an independent fucking business owner. And this stuff is, it's, don't make it anything it's not, but like, you need to take it and you might as well tell people that you take whatever it is that you're taking. Right. That's where that starts.
Yeah. A big piece for follow through too, for me, is we oftentimes will hear from gym owners that will say, hey, I've never done this before, or this is brand new. I'm just starting. And it's, how do I start? How do I start this process? And you've given a lot of pieces here, Tyler, where it's like, you can start with zero monies down. So, but how do you get people to buy in? Mm-hmm. Right. You have a huge leg up because your folks are already there. They already trust you with their fitness and with their time. So now, and you've beaten this horse dead of the importance of selling nutrition, where supps comes in and is a part of that conversation as well. So do they trust you to buy protein, and why are they going to buy it from you when they can buy it from anywhere else? And the easiest way to get started is, are you using it? Are your coaches using it? Do you have before and after pictures or testimonials that talk about, hey, I was successful not because I took protein, not because I bought the greens. The greens didn't make it to where that was the difference maker of why I lost weight over the last 12 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever. But it was part of my plan. And you can do that too, like allowing people to be able to see that. But if you don't collect that data, you don't make those efforts, get those testimonials, get feedback, you'll never know. And it'll just die on the vine.
Yeah. Your continuing sales strategy is what we call the follow through here, right? Is really like what we use for everything. How you sell fitness is you sell results. So someone comes in, they want to commit extra to their nutrition or whatever it is, and you just give them the opportunity if they want to fill in some of these gaps with supplements, and they do, right? You're going to get testimonials from them about the nutrition, testimonials about the supplements, testimonials about their results, testimonials just about their last 8 weeks or 12 weeks with you, right? And from there, you can say this person had great success with our nutrition coaching, fucking driven supplements, or whoever it is that you sell, and a bunch of hard fucking work, and here's their results. And that's what people will connect to. And that's how you'll continue to sell. And it's important that in the supplement industry, perception wise, so like the public perception of supplement industry is that it's full of sharks, and it is. It absolutely is. People have been lied to. All those MLMs, they're preying on the people. Frankly, they're preying on the people that they get to sell for them, frankly, more than anything else.
Yeah.
But because of that, it's those people's reputations that say you're Herbalife and Advocare. They just like tarnish the seller's reputation at the expense of everybody else, right? So you can go in and you start talking about supplements and people get these walls up, right? So you cannot be pushy. You just can't. It needs to just be laying an opportunity out. When I try to introduce supplement companies to some of the businesses we work with, I got to move real slow too. Because I was like, yeah, this is going to smell like I'm trying to plug in some shit that benefits me. And I get nothing out of any of these companies that we mentioned today. Nothing. It's just the ones that fit our needs. And I need my clients to make fucking money. So these are the ones that I point them to, the ones that I trust. And so you have to be prepared to diffuse people's bullshit radar. And the best way to diffuse people's bullshit radar is to just fly under it. Be low key. Don't be pushy. Just extend opportunities. Have it all be a part of your system. Not pushy ask, just an ask. Not fucking, you need this, but like, hey, here's what this does. Here's how it can fit in you. Fit in your day.
This is how we can insert this into you.
Listen, here's how you put the protein in you. But the best way I think to do this is to I ask people questions. That's it. And we've gone through, I don't know if I've gone through, I don't want to run through the whole thing, but even when I sell supplements in the context of a nutrition sales or a nutrition consultation, right? Here's your nutrition plan as I kind of run them out here. Here's what you want to eat. Here's your macro stuff. Here's my recommendations for your daily routine. Now let's ask some questions, right? Are you are you busy? Do you have a hard time being able to cook and meal prep every day? Yes. So then I just write down, yes. Okay, perfect. Well, that person probably has a need for protein. Do you eat enough leafy greens and vegetables? Do you feel like you have a hard time getting enough of them in? This is the serving recommendations. If it's no, I just kind of write down, okay, a little bit this here. And that ends up being all the answers to their questions. Like, okay, well, here's the ones that'll kind of fit you and your stuff. And you can just decide if you want to take them or not, or if you just want to put extra effort into that part of your life. That's fine too.
We have this questionnaire.
Yeah.
Join the Gym Owners Revolution Facebook group and then tag Tyler and I in the group, and
I'll give it to
you this questionnaire.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. One that then has allowed Tyler and Megan to be able to sell a lot of shit, to be able to line people up with very specific services and products based off of the answers of these questions. And it's just as easy as asking it and making it simple. And this is a great ad that any of you can grab. Just ask us for it. Get in the Facebook group and ask.
So that way, diffuse their bullshit radar. You can't come in with a hard sales pitch, a hard, loud, pushy, you need this stuff is not going to work. And and by the way, for you to be able to carry your business like for the long haul, like and be able to not, like, you can turn and burn with supplements real bad by pushing too hard right away. You push too hard right away, people will be out in 2 months. And like, you remember when they tried stuffing all that stuff down our throats? You just can't do that too. You got to be cool about it. Take it easy, be cool about it, be efficient, and it'll all work out just fine.
Yeah, because if it really does like change the world, the single product is like then it's illegal.
For sure. Yeah, not listed on my ideal list of supplements. Tren. There's a lot of stuff on here that you're not going to be able to like. Listen, you want real results, guys? The real ones. Of course,
6 week challenge. Right? Here we go.
6 week, 6 week test and trend challenge.
Talk about results, ladies and gentlemen. No, but that's important because we want to be like these huge cheerleaders and talk about this thing and be fucking insane and be like, oh, it's going to change the fucking world. It's going to change your life. You can take this shit. You're going to have all the sex you can think of. And it's like, fucking no, you're not. So that's why you don't act like that, because then you're like we always say, like, just be a dude about it. And then
you got to be a cool guy about the thing. Yeah. So guys, that's what we got for today. That's all I had. John, do you got anything we want to touch on before we send them off?
No.
So if you want if you want that sales checklist, get in on the Facebook group for sure. We'll give you that sales questionnaire for supplement sales, and you can kind of just, you'll see the strategy, what we do. So you can just know the supplements that maybe you like that maybe aren't on that list or whatever that you sell. Like, okay, well, what is a question that I would ask a person that if they answered yes or no to it, that would, I can point them to this. And that strategy just works really well instead of coming in and ramming a fucking supplement at them. So join the Facebook group if you want that. We'll DM you the thing. It's, you know, that'll be, that'll get you in. For those of you that are new to the podcast, make sure you follow the Gym Owners Podcast on Instagram. Join the Facebook group. The link is in the description. The Gym Owners Revolution is alive. So make sure you follow me at Tyler F. Stone. That's Tyler EFF Stone. And follow John
at JBanksFL on Instagram.
Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and get on there and leave us a 5-star review on your favorite listening app, on Apple, on still app. It's not iTunes anymore. I've been podcasting so long that I had to say iTunes for everything in the beginning for the first couple of years. Go leave us one on iTunes. And then they change it to Apple Podcast and like, yeah. So anyway, Spotify works as well. Everything else, I don't even know if they allow reviews. Nobody cares. So leave us one on one of those two platforms or else fucking save your energy. Okay. So thanks a lot for listening, everybody. And we'll see you next week.